Dear students, welcome to third lecture of class ninth, chapter 1, Matters in Our Surroundings. You know, we were discussing in last lecture about the factors affecting to evaporation, and we have already discussed the first important factor which affects the evaporation, that is temperature. So the second important factor which affects the evaporation, that is pressure. You know, evaporation decreases with increase in pressure and increases with decrease in pressure. It means the pressure and evaporation is inversely proportional. The rate of evaporation is indirectly proportional to the pressure. Particles at the surface of liquid require more kinetic energy to escape in air when there is more pressure over it, and hence rate of evaporation will decrease. It means pressure decrease the evaporation, while if there is less pressure over the surface of liquid, the particles would require less kinetic energy to escape in the air, and hence rate of evaporation will increase. Therefore, increase in pressure slows down the rate of evaporation, and decrease in pressure speeds up the rate of evaporation. It means the relationship between evaporation and pressure is inversely proportional. You can see in this particular slide uh, the graph between vapor pressure, that is in atmospheric pressure, and temperature, that is in degrees Celsius. So such type of graph found when we compare the vapor pressure and temperature. So you can see the temperature is increasing, the pressure is decreasing. So there is an inverse relationship between temperature and pressure. Now the third important parameter which affect the evaporation, that is surface area. Evaporation increases with increase in surface area and decreases with decrease in surface area. It means the relationship between evaporation and surface area is directly proportional. Since evaporation takes place at the surface of liquid only, hence if the more surface of liquid is exposed to atmosphere, more particles will receive the required temperature to get the required kinetic energy to escape in the air. Therefore, evaporation takes place more rapidly with larger surface area. This means rate of evaporation increases with increase in surface area and decreases with decrease in surface area. So it means the surface area and evaporation relationship is directly proportional. So you can see in this particular slide how surface area affect the evaporation. After rain, roads are dried up quickly, then potholes. This happens because of increase in surface area of water. On roads, water is spread over a large area. Because of that, large area of water exposed to atmosphere, and evaporation of water takes place quickly, resulting in quickly drying of the roads. While in potholes, less water surface to exposed to air. Because of that, less water area could come in contact with air and receives the less temperature, resulting in delayed evaporation. That's why water from road quickly than in potholes. Wet clothes are spread up over the laundry line to get them dried up quickly. More surface area of water exposes to the air because of spreading of clothes. This speeds up the rate of evaporation and clothes are dried up quickly. On the other hand, if wet clothes are left even in the sun without spreading, they take more time to get dried because of less surface area exposed to air. That's why wet clothes are kept spread over laundry line to get dried up quickly. So these are the some example how surface area affect the evaporation and what is the relationship between evaporation and surface area. Water kept in a plate evaporates quickly than water kept in tumbler glass. This happens because in place plate more surface area of water is exposed to atmosphere while which receives more heat and evaporates quickly. While in a glass, less surface area of water exposed to atmosphere. Because of that, less molecule of water receives heat from the atmosphere and evaporates slowly compared to the water exposed with large surface area. Hence, rate of evaporation increases with increase in surface area and decreases with decrease in surface area. So all these examples showing the relationship between surface area and evaporation, and that is directly proportional to each other. Now the next important parameter which affects the evaporation, that is humidity in air. So how humidity affects the evaporation process? Evaporation decreases with increase in humidity and increases with the decrease in humidity present in air. This means rate of evaporation is indirectly proportional to the humidity present in air. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. In weather reports which are published in newspaper or given on the TV channels, the humidity present is given which shows the presence of water vapor in the air. Because of more water vapor present in the air, water holding capacity of atmosphere decreases, which decrease the rate of evaporation if air is dry. So this is the cause that our clothes get dried up quickly in summer and winter than in rainy season. Because in rainy season there is more water vapor present in air, which decrease the water holding capacity of atmosphere, resulting in decrease the rate of evaporation, and our clothes do not dry up quickly in the rainy season. Our sweat does not dry up quickly in rainy season. Because of that, we feel uneasiness because of damp. This is because of higher percent of humidity present in the air decreases the rate of evaporation in rainy season, and our sweat does not evaporation quickly and we feel uneasy because of damp. So in this particular slide you can see the picture. Now the next important parameter which affects the evaporation, that is wind speed. Evaporation increases with the increase in wind speed and decreases with the decrease in wind speed. This means rate of evaporation is directly proportional to the speed of wind. Speedy wind propelled away some of the particles of water with it. which speeds up the rate of evaporation. That's why speedy wind speeds up the rate of evaporation. So in this particular picture you can see a fan is moving there, and you can see the near which is very near to fan, that is evaporating very fast. We see that wet clothes is dried up quickly in a windy day since the wind speeds up the rate of evaporation. The wet clothes are given jerks before hanging them on laundry line, because by giving jerks some of the water droplets propelled out. This reduces the presence of water in the wet clothes and they dried up quickly. Evaporation in everyday life. Water from the surface of oceans, seas, and other large water bodies evaporate continuously as they are exposed to atmosphere. The water vapor, because of evaporation, rises up in the air and accumulates in the form of cloud, which makes the rain. Hence, evaporation is one of the essential parts of water cycle. Thus, we can say that evaporation is one of the most natural phenomena for us. In summer days, sweats come out to regulate the temperature of our body. The sweat evaporates because of increase in surface area and getting the temperature from atmosphere. This is resulting in decreases in temperature of skin and finally our body, which gives relief to us in hot days. Sweating is a natural mechanism to keep cool the surface of our body in hot days. This is the cause that with the increase in temperature, body sweats a lot, especially in hot summer days. Water is kept in earthen pot to keep them cool. Earthen pot has lot of pores. Water kept in earthen pot evaporates from the pores of pots, which cools the neighboring molecules of water. This process continues and whole of the water kept in the earthen pot become cooler. Hence water is kept in the earthen pot to keep them cool for drinking purpose. That's why we pour water in earthen pot in summer season. Wet clothes on the laundry lines are dried up because of evaporation. Seawater has lot of salt. Seawater is left in shallow pond. The water evaporates gradually because of heat of sun leaving the salt in the shallow pond. These salts collected and used for with food after purification. Evaporative coolers are widely used in hot summers days. In evaporative coolers, dry air is blown over husk saturated of water. From the surface of husk, water is evaporated, resulted in cooling of husk. The water particles at the surface of wet husk evaporates and cool the rest portion of wet husk. Air blown from the cool husk is sent in the room, which cools the room. So that is the process of cooling of room by coolers. So the next important slide is showing what are the different factors, or you can say a concrete picture showing the various factors affecting the evaporation process. So we already discussed all these factors which affects the evaporation like temperature, humidity of surrounding air, boiling point, surface area of liquid, movement of air, and pressure. So that is all about the chapter 1, class ninth, matter in our surroundings. Thank you very much.